Hello, everybody. My name is Caden, and welcome to our first Fossils and Archeology speed build since the update. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a full-on creative mode park series or a collection of exhibit builds. You guys can let me know what you guys would like to see down in the comments below. But today we are building an exhibit for the brand new Pachyrhinosaurs. Now, you're going to see a couple of times here where I mess up with World Edit. It's been probably about 2 years since I've used it, so I was kind of relearning it while building this exhibit. But overall, I was really happy with how this exhibit turns out. I tried to go for a bit more of an alpine, or I guess slightly boreal exhibit idea, pulling from both previous builds I've done and some references I saw looking up images of zoos, particularly for rhinoceros exhibits. Since, at least to me, there's a lot of animals you can use kind of as proxies when trying to figure out how to make an exhibit for a prehistoric creature. But for me, when it comes to ceratopsids, I have always found that rhino exhibits tend to give you the best idea of what you should probably aim for, big angry boys that will hit things with horns on their face. Tends to be a good way to figure out how to do a ceratopsid exhibit. Anyway, with this build, I decided to try out a bunch of new things that I haven't really done in past exhibits. One of them being, I tried to use copper for the roof, and I think it works in the end. In the final showcase, I think you guys will see it kind of worked a bit better, but I do think for most of the time-lapse, it certainly took a bit to start looking correct. In fact, there's a couple of things here that I think, at least during the time-lapse section, didn't quite come together correctly, but by the time I finish it all starts looking absolutely fantastic. I also try out a couple of different fence designs. As you can see there, I'm kind of just testing out different things, seeing what I like, seeing what doesn't work, and all of that. In the end, I think I ended up switching out the fences completely, or at least how exactly they were kind of built. But overall, I think it kind of ended up looking pretty cool. I think that what is the zookeeper entrance there, I might change out at some point though, because it's good, but it could definitely use with a little bit of a touch-up. But anyway, that's really all I have to say for right now. You're seeing me kind of get some of the pathway set in there. I think overall this exhibit comes together real nice. We got some interesting ground texture, and just a little sneak peek for later, I try to build some new custom trees, and I would love to know what you guys think of them. Anyway, I'm going to let the rest of the time-lapse play out here, and I will catch back up with you guys to show you the final build. right, everyone, in here we are with the shaders and the, I'll say, somewhat final look for the enclosure. It's not the biggest build I've ever done, or probably the most complex, but I really love how this came together. It's certainly got a bit of an interesting feel, and though, especially with the shelter, it's not a color palette I've used before. It's starting to really grow on me, especially now that I've textured the roof a bit. Not all the way around, unfortunately. But I did throw some texture on there with prismarine and some warped slabs, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out overall. So got a roof put onto that thing, and just kind of threw some extra grass around. But overall, I think this is a fantastic little enclosure, a fantastic little exhibit, and I'm quite happy with it. So, since I don't think there's really too much to show off, actually, that wasn't in the time-lapse, actually, I guess there's the interior here. I did also throw these garage doors on because, I don't know, I really like them. But we've got a nice little shelter here, some areas for them to sleep, food, and I threw in this extra shelf for food itself. There's no area currently behind, obviously, the enclosure, no actual staff area yet. But I think it gives a good illusion to what could be there. I also did a bit of work texturing up the brick wall here. I might have gone a little overboard on that side, but it does really give it that look of an old brick building that's been repurposed. But anyway, like I said, I'm really happy with this. I think for the first time I've done one of these in a long while, it's turned out really, really nice. I think putting on the shaders has actually broken the animations for the Pachyrhinosaurs, which is a little funny. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave this off. If you guys have any suggestions for animals you want to see in another episode or build ideas you have, feel free to leave those down in the comments. I'll check through them and see what I should do for next time. Other than that, though, I think I'm about done here. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And let's end this out with a couple of beauty shots.